What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Fragrant Flower Blossoms with Dignity, this time episode 12. Honestly, one of my favourite episodes of the whole series last week. It can pretty much as easily have been summed up as we were just making a cake. Obviously there was a lot more to it than that, but I love the simplicity of the kind of premise of it, as well as just how impactful that did kind of feel, making something your own, and putting that much hard work into it, which Rintaro went above and beyond for absolute sure. Which was also handy because both his parents' vocations, of course. But yeah, love that. Love the sequence where he gave her the cake as well. And as I said, definitely one of my favourite episodes so far. So hopefully we can continue on from there. Judging from, I haven't seen any previews or anything, but just going to get this episode, I did see that we're at a beach or something. So yeah, got a bit of time off here, it looks like. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I think they did mention it is like summer holiday or something right now, didn't they? Yeah, we've got the classic beach episode. I do imagine there probably won't be much fan service in this show, which is a good thing for me. I don't think this is that type of show, is it? Whew, incredibly hot. It's too late. I wish I could put my fan on. It's too late though. But yeah, we don't have previews for the show, do we? Not really sure what to expect here. I'm hoping it's. I was going to bring up the episode where Rintaro and Waggery had that date in the aquarium, but I don't think this is exactly the same. But I'm hoping it's not just kind of fan service in a different way than I mentioned earlier. When I said fan service, I meant like the bikinis and all that. I hope it's not just kind of like just payoff. It does seem he will be covering something interesting, just purely based off of Subaru's kind of look. Although that's also like a point over these last few episodes. Like we haven't really we had a good look into Subaru a little while ago. Don't get me wrong, but all that they've given us with her in the last couple episodes is just, as I just said there, a few looks, a few kind of like hints that something's coming, maybe between her and Saku. But that's it. It's just like looks. And it's like a bit of a tease, which is kind of cool, but it's also like, you give us a little bit more. You definitely have the time to. Like, not every episode is fully focused always on character development and story. There's plenty of opportunity to give us more. So hopefully that might happen today. But as I said, it might just be another one of those things where we just write off as, oh, another hint for the future that something's happening with Subaru. Hopefully that's not the case though. She does seem especially quiet right now. I mean, this is a pretty new dynamic for her, so understandable. I would have thought she'd got a little bit warmed up to it by now, though, with all the revision and stuff. So Waggery's now noticed as well. Just see her kind of close up a little bit there, didn't we? Also, really good subtitles. Usually the subtitles I watch the show with aren't all that great. I don't know in terms of accuracy, but just in terms of readability. I think you would, honestly, if you made something for someone and they had that reaction, that Wagger had at the end of the last episode. It would be really hard to give up making that, would it not? Kind of similar to my YouTube videos, not to that extent though. I don't think I make many people happy, but if I can make one person happy, it's like, oh yeah, I want to carry on doing that then. I think that's a bit more personal with like cakes and such, and especially last episode, wasn't it? But it can be applied to a lot of things. So what was that subtitle? Well, I was just praising the subtitles, not the accuracy, but what was that? So in Japanese, are these subtitles accurate? She literally said like a whole sentence here, and it just stayed on. Well, kinda. She definitely didn't say well, kinda. What the hell's going on? None of this was accurate. uh, huh. So she asks Natsusawa if. Oh, the subtitles are a bit late, is what's happened. A bit early, should I say. Yeah, so she says this. Spaghetti does say this line, but after it comes up here. Yeah, okay, so it's not that they're inaccurate, it's just the timing is a bit off with the subtitles. But they're perfectly fine here. Hopefully it sorts itself out. If not, so yeah, I'd like to skip ahead and check, but then I'll be spoiling myself. I will just do that quickly here. Yeah, looks like they sort themselves. Oh, okay. Apologies, guys. Sorry, I just noticed like, yeah, the dialogue and the subtitles are not very well timed, so I'm gonna have to deal with that for a minute here. Apologies. Apologies about the pausing as well. Glad I noticed that, 'cause that confused me for a sec. I was like, wow, they're totally inaccurate. No, they're accurate. They're just early of all things. Usually it's like it's late. But yeah, other people are talking right now, not. Yeah. I think we can. I think we can put this together, can't we? It's not awfully confusing. I'll just listen to the Japanese for the minute. Oops, I did it again. So yeah, that's what she was talking about there. She done it again. She kind of suppressed herself. She obviously likes to look at those donuts. Okay, and the subtitles are back to normal. Good. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's not praise the subtitles again, just in case anything happens. Get the toes out for the boys. Go on. Go on, Subaru. I don't belong here. Not similar. Oh, he looks like she could use a big hug. But yeah, I totally get that though. I'm the same way. If any of you guys have watched my videos for any amount of time, you can tell I'm not like the most extroverted, upbeat person. So I think you always kind of feel that way. Sometimes I do avoid going out in situations and such where it would be the case of like, oh well, this place totally isn't meant for someone like me. I will just inevitably be a nuisance or of no value or whatever. So I totally get a perspective. Again, I relate to a lot of characters in this series, to be honest, in little ways here and there. I would say especially Rintaro, but her as well, Subaru as well. Get your feet a bit wet. Go on. I'm talking like fucking. What's his name? In Tarantino right now, bloody Hideo Kojima. But I think that's the analogy here, isn't it? Needs to get her feet a little bit dirty, a little bit. Get some sand between those toes. Embrace it. It's gonna sound like a terrible analogy, but my friend used to have a dog, German Shepherd. I used to have a German Shepherd as well, but he also had one, and it hated men because his mum's old partner, used to be quite abusive. This is honestly, it seems pretty similar. I don't think it is just me. There is a lot of folks on the feet, right? There's not just me, just being all Tarantino up in here, right? We want to see that, get those things dirty, play in the sand, enjoy yourself. Do it. Um, Why you gotta apologise? They do apologise a lot in the show, don't they? He splashed her. Good job, Saku. Yeah, he already got you dirty. He already saw you as someone he could play in the dirt with. Sneaky, sneaky waggery. There we go. Get those things in there. Oh, really? You got to push their face first in there? Fucking hell, that was mean. Oh yeah. But yeah, not just the. Oh, she got her mitts in there now. Good job. I've got to say, like, I'm not sure how popular this is going to sound. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, if you came across these people talk like this, you would absolutely call these guys AI bots, wouldn't you? Like, oh my god, these people are talking in such an unhuman way. And like that certainly is a negative of the show for me. A lot of people will probably herald a lot of the writing. I think the writing's good. Again, I like the kind of symbolism there, especially. I think it was more powerful, as I said, with like getting into the water, getting into the kind of sand, the dirt. That was, you say a lot more, and it's a lot more impactful just visually seeing that than anything they spoke about there, in my opinion. A lot of people are the other way, where it matters more about the dialogue, and this is coming from someone that does actually, like, the number one thing I herald in anime movies especially is the characters and the story. So coming from me, that's, yeah, it's quite funny. But again, I have got to say, like, some of the conversations and dialogue just don't seem human. They don't seem real. They do seem like something someone would write down as maybe a conversation between people in their head that maybe sounds okay to you in your head, but when you actually write it down, it comes off as like, would people actually say all this like the way they do? I really don't think so. I've never heard them say anything like that. I've definitely had moments like this where it is much more of an unspoken thing, an unspoken kind of acceptance, rather than something outwardly said, which again contradicts the media a little bit, I guess, because you do need to have some dialogue with it. But again, I can't help but, as I said there, if you came across this in real life, I would just be like, what the fuck? What in the AI robot is going on over there with these people and their dialogue? So yeah, that is certainly a negative of this show for me. Some of the dialogue really isn't very human. And again, I always compare it to Nana. I think the dialogue in like Nana and the interactions and the dramas are so human and so real. To compare it to this show, it is yeah, night and day really. But that's just purely speaking from my perspective. Other people have many different experiences, and this may be how people interact with other people. Maybe I'm the weird one. How do you get a hold of them then? You're not got to be 18 to buy fireworks. Doing illegal activities right here. Good job, Saki. He noticed. I mean, he was the first one to splash there as well, so. Like I said, just like things like that, details like that, which didn't involve any dialogue, I remember much more and are much more powerful to me than anything that they could say in the dialogue. And again, don't get me wrong, that goes for a lot of shows. That's not just this show. There's so many anime out there that has like dialogue that you'd never hear actual human beings say. But as something that is meant to be quite down to earth for this show, it does stand out a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't even need to see her face. You can just tell from Waggery's expression that she's having a great time now. And this is only half the episode. Oh, just over half the episode, to be fair, actually. Still got a little bit left. But yeah, nice stuff. Okay, I've got my critiques, but pretty good stuff overall. Again, how are you buying this? In the UK, you have to be at least 18. Maybe it's because we're maybe it's because the Japanese are probably a lot more responsible. I do think if we had these in like high school, he would just be absolutely shooting them at each other and stuff. So yeah. Okay, the subtitles are messed up again. The subtitles are messed up again. Really annoying. They're a bit early again. What is going on with this? I guess, again, apologies, guys. This is absolutely no fault of the show. What's going on with this? The subtitles just randomly started playing early again. So again, everything they're saying here is right, but it's just early. So again, I'm just gonna have to fortunately try and listen to the Japanese, which I've watched a lot of anime. I won't say I've watched the most anime ever or anything, but I've watched enough to get by, I think. So without subtitles, not that I've really tried, but I think I probably could. And I'm gonna have to now, and I get most of it. As we saw there, they're just saying that they're going to grab some fireworks. These two are going to stay here. But yeah, I don't want to read the subtitles because they're almost like spoiling it a couple seconds in advance. And they're back to normal. Okay. Why is that happening? So weird. John, I've been in this beach a while. A long ass day that happened here, isn't it? They're speeding up again, like they're just non-stop. Why is it just non-stop rattling off the subtitles? I'm just gonna have to listen again. Oh well, they're back to normal again now. What the fuck is happening? This is really annoying. Well, inadvertently because of you and him, actually. So I guess you can kind of thank yourself as well a little bit. As our next trip. Whatever and ever. Fucking hell. Oh, baby. We'll have fun forever and ever. Oh shit, did he say that out loud? Well, he said a few things there I didn't expect him to say out loud, to be honest. Now she looks like a baby. No reply from her just there, though. I mean, her face kind of spoke a many a word, but. Okay. I gotta say, her voice actor's doing a great job. It's just how frantic she sounds. I also love that shot right there. Like, no zoom in or detail. It's just like, yeah. They've done a really good job at emphasizing just how awkward she is right there. Bewilderment at the beachside. Also, again, I really like how they dropped the ending song in there. Came on at a very nice time. As one of those awkward ones. It's one of those ones as I've definitely been here. Like you've had such a great time. You want to end it off in a way that like it's already kind of ended off in a way that they remember it by, but like you got to end it off in a way that would like is even like more special, if you know what I'm saying. And sometimes that can feel like it kind of ruined it. Actually, you maybe went too far. You went a step too far. Maybe should have left it for the next time or something. So totally get how he feels here. It also kind of also feels like when you like send like a risky text or something. You're like, oh, why did I do that? Good. I mean, that was a good thing, even if it didn't end up well. He got it off his chest. So, like I said, though, there's a few things that I didn't expect him to be saying out loud at this point. He's still bloody fidgety and awkward. I don't know what that says, but I'm assuming that's. I'm assuming that's intro. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, a little bit annoying with the subtitles. So apologies about that. Again, no fault of the show, just the people that subtitled it. Not sure what happened, but they just seem to have gone a bit too quick in some certain segments. So it's a little bit hard to keep up with, but I don't think we missed anything majorly kind of serious there. Again, I would say my one critique is the dialogue. That's a positive in terms of they do a really good job at conveying the story and the characters' emotions and the developments between characters in dialogue. They do a really good job of it, but because there is that much of a focus on the dialogue in terms of moving the character developments. I do think it can sound pretty unrealistic and pretty inhuman at points, especially I do think with some of the kind of longer dialogues like Subaru's kind of speech here. Yes, it was powerful. Yes, it was good. But was it realistic? I mean, who's anyone to say if it was realistic? Some people it was for people like me, it wasn't. But yeah, I just like, it probably sounds bad, but it's hard. It's kind of hard to take it serious when it does sound so kind of like Chat GPT kind of robot kind of talk. Whereas again, I think back to like again a show like Nana where the dialogue is so kind of stylized based on the characters and is so kind of realistic and so on. It's just like after watching that series, it's hard to like compare many a kind of drama / romance anime to that. So maybe that's kind of unfair, but yeah, it was a nice episode overall. As I kind of said as well, like the moments where there was no talk and were actually like the biggest moments, especially in regards to Subaru here, with the donuts, with Saku kind of helping her out, with Waggery sneaking up behind and kind of pushing her in, the visuals of her kind of getting closer to the wet sand, and then her falling in almost head first, sinking her full hands in there. Like that said a whole lot more to me than any of the dialogue did, and that will be the stuff I remember much more than any of the words being said there. So you get good plus points in that regard, bit negative points in terms of the dialogue. But yeah, nice end sequence here as well. Again, it was kind of surprising just how far this did go here, but very much looking forward to continuing on after this with the final episode, I believe, next week. Do let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comment section. Let me know if you guys have any contrary opinions to some of the dialogue, especially. Probably will, as I said, everyone's got kind of different experiences and different way their kind of brain functions and such. So maybe I'm on an absolute island with what I said there, but that is just how I feel. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you next week with the final episode.